And here we are walking in the rain on the banks of Lake Constance on our way to the station. There's a Tom Scott video about this lake, as it isn't officially divided up or singularly owned by any of the 3 countries that border it. Germany, Switzerland and Austria have never agreed any common position. Welcome to the quayside here at Constance, and I'm going to be today just going a short hop from here to St Gallen, if that's how you say it. And yeah, we're going to be just using one of the local trains, and yeah, at St Gallen going to be changing and probably catch that one up in a later video. So for now, let's just get over to the station and see how it goes. Oh, let's hope it goes with a bit less rain. Pleasure cruises and ferries leave for all points around the lake from the jetties here, but we are going to duck under the railway and get to the station. Well, this really does feel like a modern access route, so let's get up and have a look at the older parts of the station. And we pop up on the German side of the station with a train about to leave to Karlsruhe. The Upper Rhine Railway came to Constance in 1863, and it's they who built this station. And by 1871 there was a link into Switzerland along the route to Romanshorn that we will be travelling today. And it's only when we step outside that we can see this massive Gothic tower, which is said to be modelled on the Palazzo Vecchio in Florence. The station proudly displays both German and Swiss railway insignia, and before Switzerland joined Schengen in 2008, this was a border station with fences and border controls. Right, well, let's pop inside, and they've done a lovely job renovating the place. And as you'd expect, there's staff ticket offices, ticket machines, a decent shop, and there's also a cafe on site and a McDonald's just across the road. Our train is due soon, so I'm going to rejoin Mark, who is waiting over on the Swiss side of the station. And as you can see, there are lifts for step-free access to all the platforms. We'll be riding today with Thurbo, which is a regional train service operated by Swiss Federal Railways, with participation from the canton of Thurgau. Currently, Thurbo's fleet is comprised entirely of Stadler GTW units in either 2-coach or 3-coach formations. So, whilst Mark and Johnny sit on the bench admiring the tanker wagons, let's us have a look at this short route along the lakeside. We'll cross straight away into Switzerland with an immediate stop at Kreuzlingen, and then we'll continue down the lakeside to the junction station of Romanshorn, where we'll turn inland to complete our journey to St Gallen. It's roughly 36 kilometres or 22 miles, and this limited stop trip will take just 35 minutes. And incidentally, those country dividers on the map there in the middle of the lake are in fact incorrect, as none of those lines have been agreed by the various countries. And as it comes into the station, it looks like we've got one of the 3-car GTWs. These have a top speed of 140 kilometres per hour, but not on this run. So let's hop on at the back and walk through. Well, there's level boarding into an open area for bikes and buggies and the like, and the first notable thing is that second class is in a 2+3 configuration. Let's carry on through the equipment bridge and see what else there is. I do like the coloured headrests that reflect the colours of the Thurbo logo. I bet the local kids will have their favourites. Again, there's more accessible spaces in this lower area, and then as we step through into the front coach, there just appears to be one toilet on the train, and it certainly isn't accessible. And legroom does look a bit tight, to be honest. Right at the front, we enter the hallowed sanctum of the first class, and we switch to 2+2 with leather-like seating, and it looks like you can see forwards past the driver too. And as you'd expect, legroom is a bit better here, and there's a small table with some Swiss power sockets. And we're off past what looks like a funky control tower, and as we pass over the level crossing, we're now in Switzerland. And almost immediately we're into Kreuzlingen harbour station to pick up our Swiss passengers. And once we're on the lakeside, as you'd expect, there's quite a lot of very smart houses. And also, a lot of caravans too. And having a closer look, the seats are just fine, but truthfully, I'm more interested in having a peek forwards. As you can see, this is mostly single track line. And as we get into Göttingen, we run around an oncoming stopping service. Right, it's time to get back to the house spotting. And I must say that jet black box looks very interesting. Romanshorn is another busy lakeside port, and also where 4 local railway lines meet, and it's here that we begin our inland journey to St Gallen. Leaving the station, there's extensive freight yards, no doubt as a result of the nearby jetty. But if I'd planned ahead, I would have looked the other way, where we could have spied some heritage rolling stock at the preserved railway centre that's here. And the lakeside line continues off to the left as we peel to the right to carry on inland. Whilst the weather is not great, the countryside still looks lovely as we climb up and over into St Gallen. And my attention is drawn to the cute dog on the sign on the window, which certainly is a very nice way of telling you to respect the seats. These GTWs certainly do what they say on the tin. The ride is good and quiet thanks to the centralised powertrain, and the seats are just fine for short or medium distance journeys. And Wittenbach marks our entrance into the orbit of the city of St Gallen, and soon we plunge into the Rosenberg tunnel for the final approach to St Gallen station itself. And here we are at St Gallen, and it's still raining. Mark and I will be continuing our journey on the Voralpen Express to Luzern, so look out for that video quite soon. And our little train will continue on to its destination at Herisau. I do hope you've enjoyed this little trip with Thurbo Regional. I release trip reports every Friday with some bonuses like this one on a Monday too, so do subscribe if this is the kind of thing that you like to see. And if you'd like to see more of my journeys in Switzerland, then click here for a playlist of all the videos. In the meantime, from St Gallen, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.